Also because I have like a Mambé in my teeth, so my teeth are always green. Good stuff. Hey everybody, so I'm Scotty Zorro Escondido, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about your path and training as a medicine musician. So it's a wonderful path. I'm very excited that you're on it. And phase one is learning how to play. There are basically four main phases that I've identified. Phase one is learning how to play. Phase two is learning how to handle the medicine. Because if you're, on your cot in ayahuasca and just, completely out of this world where you can't play, so you got to learn how to handle the medicine, understand it, and work with it. Then you have to get started in ceremonies and learn how to play with the medicine and play your music, and then adjust that to the energy of the ceremony, and that's a whole other thing. So that's kind of like phase three for me. And phase four is really deepening, expanding your range, understanding and expanding your energy, and really working in combination with the other musicians and the taita or facilitator. So phase one, learning how to play, very, very important, very, very important. Practice every day. It can be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes. It can be as long as you want to, but please be careful that you don't burn yourself out. It has very little effectiveness to play 2 hours one day and then wait until the next week and then you play 2 hours. It's much more effective to play every day, 5, 10, 15 minutes, or even 1 minute. Pick up your guitar, play a chord, and if that's all you want to do for that day, just let that be. But make it a daily thing. I mentioned this in one of the earlier videos. Your fingers are going to hurt. The tips of your fingers are going to hurt, and your hand is probably going to hurt. Not only when you're doing the strumming or the finger picking, but also as your hands are learning how to play the melodies and to play the chords. So keep it up. Don't let pain be a distraction. I promise you, after about 2 to 3 weeks, your fingertips will start hurting, because what happens is you develop calluses on your fingertips, and that prevents it from hurting, so they won't be sensitive. Phase two is learning how to handle the medicine. This is difficult if you're not living in Colombia, right? Because the ideal thing to do is take medicine a lot. How do you take medicine a lot? So I won't go into the whole process of preparation and integration, but my rule of thumb is if you're taking medicine a lot, you're taking it frequently, be very careful and cognizant that you're not doing it for a social reason. Like, hey, we're just getting together to take yahe. That's not, in my opinion, a good way to take the medicine. The medicine teaches us, and every time we take the medicine, it shows us things that we need to improve or see things from a different perspective. So it's a perfectly valid intention to take the medicine and say, I'm here to study. I'm here to learn more about the medicine, or I'm here to learn how to integrate the medicine with my music. Totally fine. Do your best to pick one thing that you learned or one thing that you can change in your life after every ceremony. And if you do that, it keeps you mostly safe, in my experience, because what is not a good thing to do is just take yahe, day after day, and then it tells you something like, you should start eating better, and then you don't eat better at all, you don't change any of your habits. The medicine can get irritated with you in that frame, and that is not a thing that you want to have happen, I can tell you by personal experience. So if you can, take medicine as often as you can, and if you feel attracted to multiple different types of medicines, take all those medicines, because the same song, if you play it on Wachuma or San Pedro or Awakoya, or if you play it on yahe, or if you play it on mushrooms, or if you play it on MDMA, it's going to be completely and totally different. So do your best to immerse yourself in the medicine and work with it as deeply as possible. If you can, and you're under the proper guidance of an elder or a facilitator, then work with the medicine on your own, alone in your private practice. Like you could take small spoons of yahe, or you could take little bits of wachuma. Do not take this video, please, as me giving you the permission to take medicine on your own. Go to your local medicine provider, your local facilitator, your local taita, or your non-local taita, and ask them for permission to do that in whatever walk or with whatever medicine that you're working with. And then the last part of that would be, most people when they take the medicine, they are focused on healing. Like, I need to work through my problems with my father, or I need to figure out how to have a better life. Totally amazing. You might also have those intentions, but again, you can also change your intention to, okay, I'm going to start to study the medicine because I want to be or am a medicine musician, and I need to learn how to work better with those energies. So just be very cognizant of your intention and understand that that's a possible intention you could have. Phase 3, getting started in ceremonies. I also mentioned this a little bit in one of the other videos. For those of you that don't have a very strong local medicine community, like you don't have weekly ayahuasca retreats or weekly ayahuasca ceremonies. Here in Colombia, I could go to Yahe virtually every night of the week if I wanted to. I don't because I have a job, but that's a side note. One of the things you can do is, outside of taking medicine on your own and studying it, you can come down here to one of our retreats, or you can be involved in our medicine music membership. And that's really going to help you deeply explore for a quantity of time the medicine that's going to help you and advance in your path. If that's something that calls to you, let us know about that. And then another way is to help people. So meaning if there are ceremonies going on in your local area, then you can go up to the facilitator or the taita and say, look, I'm beginning as a medicine musician, or as I am. I'm not asking immediately to play in ceremony, but what I would like to do is I'd like to help you clean up the beds, or wash out the puke buckets, or help people to the bathroom, or take care of the fire. Would you allow me to help in some capacity? And that can be a great way to break into the ceremony and take ceremony in more of a frequent capacity. But be careful who you support, right? Usually I like to take with the person that I'm going to be supporting and feel into the energy and the ceremony, and is this a design that resonates with me, and is this a qualified provider, and do I feel that they're coming out with a good intention, that sort of thing. So do your own research and do your homework, because there are people that are providing the medicine that probably shouldn't be, and you should probably do your own homework to make that decision for you first. And then the last thing is expanding your range, phase 4, expanding your range and your energy. So once you've learned how to play, in ceremony, then there's a lot of complexities that come around in ceremony, like working with other musicians, or the energy of the ceremony. Like if people are sleepy and really feeling the medicine, well, we might need a little bit of a song to wake them up, and it's not gonna come out hard out of the gate, but maybe there's a ramp up, and maybe you sort of start to gently move the energy up. Or if everyone's coming and people are going crazy, and there's, your best buddy has just gotten tied up to a tree, it might be a time for a lullaby, something like Smooth. That's a decision and a framework that you're going to have to figure out with whoever's facilitating that ceremony, because it differs for literally every ceremony. So that's a little bit about the path of a medicine musician. I hope that this resonates with you. If you have any questions, let us know either in the YouTube comments or in the comments below this course. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you guys in the next lesson, and thanks so much for listening. Talk soon.